Why do you like art?
Why do I like art? Because art is history, art is culture, art is life.
Why do you feel like art is important to our young people?
It's important to our young people because art helps them to develop discipline, hand and eye coordination, fine and gross motor skills, and it helps them to connect with themselves, their past, other cultures, and different segments of the population.
What is important to you about this project?
This project is extremely important because it's historical. It connects the women, young girls and women of Italy with the young people and older generation in Maryland. And it gives the women of Italy making these granny squares, it gives them a sense of purpose. It gives them value. And the same here. I had my mom, who's 86. She's participated in making the square. My aunt that's 91, another aunt that's 92. So we had young people from ages 6 and 8 from this community, along with teenagers from the Baltimore School for the Arts. And then we had a variety of people every decade, 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s. I got my friends, I got people from our neighborhood association, seamstress, Aunt Phoebe, to participate in this project. And no one's doing that, and they're trying to erase history. They're trying to remove things from history. Things like this, these projects keep our culture alive, and it keeps the young girls and the women and males as well, because a few males participated in this project. It keeps them vibrant and viable. It adds meaning to their lives.
Tell me about the history.
Back in the day when our people were enslaved in the United States of America, a lot of times they slept outside in shacks and sheds or what have you. They slept on the floor, they slept in hay. A lot of times they were given scraps, not just with food, but also articles of clothing. Granny squares were created out of survival mode. They learned to cut up fabric that was discarded and cut it into squares and stitch the squares together and create blankets and or quilts for themselves, as well as articles of clothing. My mom was telling me that when the sackcloths and stuff were discarded from the factory where her mom and them worked, they got those scraps and cut them out and made dresses. I never heard of sack dresses before, but she said that was a way to keep them warm. And she and my aunt said some of the quilts they made were the warmest quilts they ever had, but the company was throwing those pieces away as scrap, as rubbish, as trash. And they found a way to make them useful. And so it is today. We're still finding ways to survive, finding ways to connect, finding ways to thrive in our community. And the children at the Baltimore School for the Arts were stoked to be part of this project and knowing that they were participating in something that people of all age ranges were participating in. And that's why this is so critical, because we need to bridge the gap between the young and the not so young.
What are your final regards on the 2023 Crochet tree lighting project?
My final regards is I feel like we knocked it out of the park. I feel like so many people, after they see this project, should be willing to come forward and see how they can help so we can keep the arts alive. Because the first thing that we do when we find older civilizations that may no longer exist, how do they find it? Normally through some art scraps, some broken shards, some pottery or something like that. So we have to keep the arts in schools, we have to keep them in our community, and we have to encourage the parents to let the children continue to do the arts at home.
All right. Thank you so much, Anthony.
Thank you.